What's up? What's up? Happy Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Oh, what people are actually here. What's up, is Darium? What's up, Sterling Will? What's up, Truck Her Baby G?
Oh, that's my girl. What's up?
She said she is just in time and she's parked and got my dinner made. Oh, she not playing.
There you go.
What's
There
up?
you go.
I'm gonna put some comments here on the screen. I feel all
Okay, because I
official.
can't see anything.
What's up, Darium? Appreciate you for coming in. Sterling Will. Okay, we're gonna be here for a second.
Mm.
Yeah, what's for dinner? Truck her, baby G. What you having? I actually not too long ate. I had tried out this place. I had some catfish.
I cannot eat fish.
Unfortunately, Corn loves corn dogs. LOL, it's been a long day. Wait, Corn loves? Are you talking about from Loves? They got what Loves got? I don't know. Sterling Will, good evening. It's Darium. I think corn dogs are a gift from God. Yeah, I disagree.
With some mustard.
I disagree. What's up, everybody? Come on in, come on in. That's what the people say on live.
Okay, what's up? Okay, so last time we went live, I wasn't able to see anybody's comments, only the ones you could add. So now I'm locked in. I see what's
You can
going
see,
on.
you can see everybody.
Yeah.
Dang, come on, 18 people. See, we got the celebrity here. That's why the celebrity
Whatever.
is online. What's up, y'all? What's good? Good evening. Good evening. Happy Sunday to everybody. And as you see two faces this week. We have Strictly Bree here. She's here. Let me see. Let's go through some of these comments. We just checking in. Royal Bull said Bree Bree.
What's up?
Wait, so are you allergic to eating fish?
No, I just don't like it.
You just don't like so you just like it's dairy.
Only, hmm Only fish I could eat, if you count it, is tuna and shrimp. That's it.
Oh. Well, at least
That's it.
you're there because
And I'm not talking about, sorry to interrupt, I'm not talking about, because throwback, I'm not talking about the tuna that you catch. I'm talking about tuna at the can.
and yeah.
Because when I went on a cruise, I was like, okay, I'll try something different. They got some tuna. Let me get that. She got me this real fishy like tuna. I was like, oh, I thought she meant tuna at the can.
What 37 people is online tonight? Hey, okay, if it's 37 people online tonight, I need 37 likes. Y'all need to hit that like button, hit them heart buttons, okay? That's what y'all need. And then we're gonna jump into what we're talking about tonight. Let me go through some more of the comments. But yeah, it's Darium. He just said, me either. I can't eat fish either. He just don't like to eat it. He's not
Mm,
allergic.
there
So
you
on
go.
purpose, I know him in life. That's my brother.
Oh,
We go to Red Lobster. That's just to be funny. Shantae said, "Hey, Bree, Brandon, and everyone. What's up? How you doing, Shantae?" Uh, Big Mon 1984 said, "I hope all is well. I hope all is well with you too."
yeah.
LaShawn 1976. Hello, hello, hello. Okay,
What's up?
everybody is saying hello. Put in the comments. I want to know where you guys are from. Do we have anybody out of the country? Is everybody in the states? And then we'll just get into what we're talking about tonight. Hello, Serenity Carter 1116. Come on, come through. Also, if you're not subscribed to Strictly Bree's channel, subscribe to her channel. If you're not subscribed to my channel, subscribe to my channel. We both are truck drivers and content creators and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lone Scorpio 1024. Hello, Miss Harrison. Hey, bestie. I'm sure she's talking
That's
to
my
you.
girl.
And is Darian saying happy Sunday and happy spring? Oh, it is spring.
You can
It
tell
is
this pollen. Y'all
spring.
have pollen out there? Do y'all pollen?
No, not yet because it's still cold.
Okay.
It's still 40 degrees. It's still it ain't hot. It ain't warm enough yet. Caribbean Vibe 758 said Bree
What's up? What's
was
up?
good.
What's
Uh,
good?
you know I'm getting old. It was WSG, and I'm like, what is that? Sterling Will said I had someone shut off my reefer last night while I was sleeping. Oh dang.
Oh, you
Wow.
gonna tell us about that?
Yeah. Strictly
Who
is
be
there and
hating?
said, don't want that fishy fish. She wants the chicken of the sea, tuna fish in the can. Royal
Mm-hmm.
Pool,
Mm-hmm.
Ohio. Okay. Valdosta. How far is Valdosta from you, Bree?
I say 2.5, maybe 3 hours. I think.
Okay.
Let's a guess. I don't know. Maybe 2. Let's go with 2 hours.
We got
No,
New Mexico in the
that's at the
house.
bottom. 3 hours.
Is it towards like Florida?
Wow. Yeah, I think so.
Isn't it
Yeah.
southern? Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet and chocolate 918 says I love her.
Love
Midwest,
you too,
Florida.
girl.
I live in Texas, but from Memphis. Okay. Maryland. All right. We got the go-getters in here for real.
Okay, what's up?
For
Go
real.
get us.
All right, and we got some questions because we got it. We're gonna jump into this thing and start this what we going on live tonight. So tonight we talking about, well, we ain't talking about it, but we got to figure out if you've been watching Strictly Breeze videos, if you've been watching them vlogs and paying attention. First of all, make sure you're subscribed to all 3 channels. There are 3 channels. You got to get all 3 channels. You can't just watch one and think you getting everything. But if you watch the video where her walks channel, there was some clues there, and Bree was saying that she making lunch for work. She got lunch for tomorrow, and she gonna be home tomorrow and home this time. Like, what was she talking about? Because if you've been paying attention, you know Bree be on the road. She did 2 weeks out here, and she did, yeah. So we got to figure out what's going on. We got to start the conversation because she ain't telling us something. And then she took like a week off from posting. I had to reach out. I reached out to her because I was like, what's going on? I'm praying for you. You okay? You all right? But I'm about to let her have the floor. She about to let us know and give us an update.
Yes. I love to update y'all. But thank you for reaching out to me. I know some other people reached out to me. And if you reach out to me, I'll tell you what's going on. But I can't just be throwing it out there on YouTube. But we throwing it out there today. Okay. So y'all know we was doing regional at Ozark, semi-regional sometimes be out 2 weeks at a time. But we was doing regional at Ozark. I was only there for 4 months. And not to talk about too much about all the crazy stuff that happened, but within those 4 months, I've been driving for 3 years, clean record, nothing going on. But within 4 months, your girl got 2 moving violations. Dun dun. I'm just kidding. But yeah, your girl got 2 moving violations. Like, I'm talking about got pulled over. I thought when I got over in another lane that the officer was just gonna keep driving, leaving me alone. He got behind me again. I said, "Oh, he want me to pull over?" I ain't never had to do that in an 18-wheeler. So yeah, that was a whole freaking mess. And that was the
All right,
first
let's
time I
put a
got pulled
pin
over
on.
was in South Carolina. Huh?
Let me put a pin there. You said a driving violation. Can you tell what that is? Because there might be some people in here who's not truck drivers.
I don't want to say what the moving violation is because I don't want
No,
to
but
hear
what does that
other
mean
people
though? When you
talking
said
about.
driving violation, did you get pulled
Oh,
over? Yeah, yeah. Did your
it's
company
just
call you or yeah?
no. So with the driving violation, I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing on the road. So then the
Okay,
officer, he pulled me over and then we went from there. But it was something on driving. It wasn't like I didn't hit nothing or anything crazy, but
okay, gotcha.
yeah.
Continue.
Cuz
I'm sorry.
yeah, I feel you. Um so that was I had the first one in South Carolina, which is I told y'all already, I don't like the Carolinas anyway. Okay? I don't. Now I really don't. So the first one was in South Carolina. I called the company. They said, okay, you do it again, you fired. I said, okay, Brie, you know you wasn't supposed to do that. So just be good. Okay, be a good girl. Don't do it again. Okay. So we good. Between that time and the second violation, not only did so between after the first violation, tell me why two companies called me. If y'all watch the videos, y'all know I talked about Dayton Freight. They called me. They was like, "Oh, we got a job for you." Da 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 da. Bree turned it down. She turned down $35 an hour. Okay. So then CR England, I've been trying to get with them all of last year. For a whole year. They had a hiring freeze. They wasn't hiring nobody last year. So they called me and they were like, yeah, we hiring in your city. We need you to get there ASAP. Da, 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 da. I'm regional. I can't just drop my truck and just go to another job. I gotta go home, clean it out, then go to the terminal in Memphis, turn it in. They called me on a Wednesday. They wanted me to do orientation by Monday. And I was like, nah, normally when people try to rush you, I ain't finna do all that rushing. So I turned it down. I turned down two local positions.
Wow.
Yeah. And then something else happened to where I was like, you know what, Bree? Just go local. You've been doing this over the road, go local. So I called CR England back up. I'm like, hey, I got that job. I need that job. He said, no, we ain't hiring. I said, dang it. The crazy thing is, when he called me, he was telling me I have to do orientation and I have to fly all the way to Texas to do orientation. I wasn't doing all of that. I ain't got time for all of that. So when he called me back, when I called him up, I was like, you know what, Bree? I'll go to Texas. I don't care. I'm ready to leave. I want to go home. I'm ready to be home. You can tell because when I started uploading my videos, most of the titles would be like, I'm just want to go home. I'm ready to go home. Like I'm irritable. Like it was just, I was over it. But I'm a positive person, so I try to find the good out of the bad situation. So when he told me that they're not hiring no more, I was like, all right, Bree, just stick with Ozark for a year. You good. Just, continue eating right, moving your body, be good, be joyful. Tell me why after I cleaned up my truck how I wanted it to be, I started reading my Bible, everything was peaceful, I was having balance. Tell me why I get on the road, I do something else I ain't supposed to do. But let me tell y'all this too, okay? The things that I'm not supposed to do, I've done them with another company and didn't have no issues. So it's not like I'm out here cutting people off or riding their booty, but I'm not doing nothing reckless, nothing crazy. So the fact that y'all pulling me over is crazy. Anyway, so I get pulled over again. And I already knew, Bree, you're fired. You're fired. Okay. You're fired. You pack up your bags. So after he gave my citation, which the first officer, I had to pay $100 fine, which I ain't gonna lie. I thought when you get tickets in a semi truck, they like thousands and $500.
I heard they usually are. Yeah.
I ain't rich or nothing, but when he said it's $100 fine, I said, oh, well, my tears dried up. I said, I can pay that. What you talking about? Okay, what you talking about? I can pay that. But the second time I got pulled over, I didn't get a ticket. I just got they just put all of that stuff on my record, but I didn't get a ticket, so I didn't have to pay anything. But I had to call Ozark and be like, "Hey y'all, I got a ticket." He's like, "Okay, you're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it." Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me and tell me I'm okay, okay? Don't lie to me.
Right.
So the next load I got after that, tell me why I was going to the Memphis yard. I ain't stupid. I know what that means. This is what they do when you're over the road or a regional truck driver. They're not going to tell you you're fired. They're going to wait till you get back to, I guess, headquarters and then they'll let you go because they don't want you to damage the truck or steal it or do anything crazy. So yeah, since that happened, I was like, you know what, Bree? Don't let them fire you because then you're gonna have to explain why you're fired. Quit. And I quit. He called me, I think it was a Wednesday. I got in trouble like either Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was a Tuesday. So then Wednesday, when I got back to Cartersville and I was cleaning out the truck and stuff, I was like, you know what? I don't need to let them fire me. I quit. So I put in my resignation. Da 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 da. Thursday, I dropped the truck off. I sent another message in and I was like, hey, just letting y'all know I quit. All right. It was all before 8 a.m. So nobody was in the office. So then nobody hit me up. Like, I didn't talk to HR or nothing. So Bree on the Greyhound. I'll never do that again. I will never work at another job outside of my state because I'm not finna get on no 12-hour bus ride again. So I'm getting
12
on the
hours.
Greyhound
Wow.
12 hours. And the only reason it was so long is because they stopped. They had to stop and do a 2-hour delay. And then they stopped for like all them other things. And then I had to wait like 3 hours in Atlanta just to get a bus ride to Marietta. Marietta and Atlanta ain't but 30 minutes apart. I had to wait 3 hours just to go 30 minutes.
Wow.
But yeah, on the bus ride, she sent me my resignation letter and it said that I quit. But there's always a freaking but. I applied to 3 places before I even quit. And tell me why all of those jobs were regional positions. Cause I was like, bro, you need another job. You're a go-getter, you got to get this money. We got rent to pay. I need to get another job quick. So I was applying to the regional positions. Tell me why I got a text message from CR England. And this ain't but a 2-week difference from when I called them up and was like, hey, y'all got a job? And they said no. So this is only a 2-week difference. And they were like, hey, we hiring. They didn't say what the position was for. So I was like, well, Bree, you could just work for CR Eagle and do the regional with them. And then when they have the local position, you can just transfer. So they was like, hey, we hiring. I talked to the recruiter. Normally I talk to a man. This time I talked to a woman. She was like, hey, I said, are y'all hiring for that Cartersville position? She was like, you know what, we are. I said, oh, you are. Okay, well, let me apply for that one. So now, instantly, when I got off the phone with her, this is where we bring in the spiritual life in, because
Mm-hmm.
instantly, when I got off the phone with her, the Lord told me, He's like, you need to be patient. Never said nothing about that all them other jobs. He said, you need to be patient. Because one thing about Brie, I'm not patient. If I need to go do something, I'm going to go do it right now. Like, if I need a job to go get these bills paid, oh, we finna find another job to get these bills paid. Because that's
You have
exactly
a
why I got put on
CDL.
the Ozark so quick.
You have a CDL.
Mhm. Right? Like, it should not take me long to get no job.
Right.
Especially when when you do an over the road and regional, they gonna hire you ASAP. Now, when you do local, then they want to do the interviews and then they want to do all this extra stuff. But if you're doing over the road, they want you in a truck as soon as possible. So when he told me to be patient, I was like, okay, I'll be patient because this is local. All the other jobs I applied for was regional. So I'm doing orientation. And in orientation, somebody had a question and they was like, I don't know what their question was, but the guy answered and he was like, you do, it was kind of, the person who asked the question was being a little rude. So the guy who was their instructor, he was like, you asking all of that, being rude, and you ain't even got the job yet. And my ears opened up. I was like, we ain't got the job yet. What you mean we ain't got the job yet? We in orientation. And he was like, yeah, y'all not even hired on. I said, oh Lord, Bree starting to stress. You know, I got a record now. Bree, she apply anywhere. She don't care. Y'all gonna hire me. I got a record now. I have a record, y'all. I ain't gonna say I'm a criminal out here, but I got a record. So now I have to like, when I apply, I gotta explain myself and the situation and what happened. So I didn't have to do that before I started orientation. So now we in orientation. He says we ain't even hired yet. I'm like, oh Lord. So after the second day of orientation, I got a message. What is it called? It's like the 10th Street, the driver pulse where you can apply to places. Yeah,
Yeah.
they gonna send me a message talking about CR England just pulled your report. Tell me why. Tell me why Ozark put on my report that I quit, but then put a termination reason. Unsafe driver. Unsatisfactory safety record.
Well, let's put a pin right there. You said something that is very, very important. And this is probably for all the new drivers and even drivers who've been driving. Like if you've been at one company for years and then you ain't went nowhere else. When you do orientation, when you get an offer letter, it is conditional. It is not like set in stone until all your stuff cleared. When you go to orientation, you gotta do all them videos, you gotta take the drug test, you gotta do all of that, and then they gotta pull your records, like from pull your driving record, pull all those records until all of that is done. then they'll be like, "Oh, okay, here go the keys." They will put you on a plane. They will put you on a bus, and they'll do all of that and bring you there. And they can do that because I've heard people they do all of that and they send them home because, oh yeah, your other job said. So that's just giving you all some just some knowledge, you know. All right, continue. Because you thinking
But
you got
no,
the job when you like, oh, I'm doing orientation 2, 3 days, cool, all right.
mhm.
And here you go. They like, what? You pulled the record and what happened? So
And that's the thing. Like when I was with my first trucking company, I was there for 3 years.
yeah,
Like really over two, but 3 years. So it's like I ain't know all of that. I
yeah,
ain't know all of that was going on.
yeah.
But yeah, that's what they put when you pull my report. So then the recruiter, I saw that. Okay, so they pulled my report at like 5 p.m. I was like, Bree, that not good. That right there, that's not good. So then Bree stressing. But I was like, I can't worry about nothing. I'm giving it to God. I can't worry about nothing. So then the next morning, I was like, okay, Bree, if you don't hear anything back, we good. If we hear something back, not good. So I'm like, all right. This is the day I was supposed to clean up the apartment. I was like, okay, Bree, just clean up, be productive. And this is when I made the video on Her Walks Vlog, trying to be all productive and cleaning up. Tell me why my recruiter called me back at 11 a.m. talking about, yeah, girl, you ain't getting a job. I was about to cry, but I couldn't cry. I had to be strong. Okay, Bree had to speak up for herself and defend herself. I don't like confrontation. Like I ain't gonna argue with you. Okay, if I do argue with you, that means you know you wrong. Okay, so I had to be bold and speak up for myself. She was like, "Yeah, girl, they're not giving you the job, but if you go get another job, which will be hard because they telling you an unsafe driver." Which I may tell y'all what the violation for. I don't know. Should I do? You got it. Okay. I don't know. I'm just an open book, child. I don't know if I should say it or not. It's not that big of a deal, but some people be hating. But anyway, um, yeah, she was like, since they saying you're an unsafe driver, if you can get another job, you need to be there for 6 months and then you can apply back with us and we'll see where we go from there. I was like, that's cool and all. But do you think if I can call Ozark, if they'll like, talk and get that part removed? Because it's not true. You can't say I'm an unsafe driver just because I got 2 violations. So then she was like, yeah, we'll see what they say. And then they can talk to our safety department, HR, whoever they need to talk to. I don't know. So then I call Ozark. I'm like, Bree, be bold. I'm surprised they answer the phone. Some companies don't answer the phone when you quit or get fired. They do not answer the phone. So I called. I had to get transferred 3 times before I talked to the person I need to talk to. So then I
Mm,
talked to him and he was nice and he was telling me his opinion. I'm gonna say opinion because we all have our opinions out here. So
right.
he was saying his opinion. I said my opinion, and we came to a resolution. Okay. He changed it, but he didn't change it to what I think he should have said, but he changed it to something that was more truthful, but not like to the extreme. Like, I guess if you have violations, no, you're not. You're not an unsafe driver. Anyway, he changed it a little bit, but he still had his little point in there too. But all I'm
Mm,
saying is, sir, if I quit, I don't need you to put all that extra stuff. Just say I quit for better opportunities, okay? Because that's what the truth was. Okay. So he put his little opinion, and guess what Brie did? She went to sleep. I couldn't stress about it no more, y'all. I went to sleep after that. I was sad. I didn't know what to do. So I gave it to God and I went to sleep. I got a call from safety and I got a call from safety and she was telling me about what's going on with your report. Why is your report saying you're an unsafe driver? And I told her what happened cuz literally it's just 2 moving violations. That's it. And the reason why you shouldn't really have to over explain that because it's on my record. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. So I told her about that. I told her, hey, I ain't never hit nothing. I ain't never hit nobody. I'm a good driver. I be on time to my loads. I've been driving for 3 years. I just got 2 violations. So she said, okay, well, give me the number for the safety department at Ozark. I gave her the number. I went back to sleep, y'all. I couldn't get up. I couldn't do nothing. I literally was still. He told me to be patient. I was patient and still. Now, old Bree, if the CR England would have told me, oh, you ain't got the job, okay, old Bree would have been applying to all these other jobs. Don't worry about it. You don't want me to work with y'all, I ain't gotta work with y'all. I'm applying for other jobs. But nah, I wanted that local position. So He told me to be patient. That's what the Lord told me to do. So that's what I did. I was patient and still. And then I woke up. I made sure not to miss nobody's call. So when I was asleep, I wasn't in deep sleep. I was a light sleeper. I got that call around 5, 6 o'clock. She said, you got the position. I said,
Oh,
what?
wow.
And now I don't know what Ozark said, but I'm thankful for them for one, answering the phone, for two, for even talking to CR England, because they didn't have to talk on my behalf. But I'm just thankful. I'm thankful for the Lord. He made a way out of no way.
Yes, he
Okay.
did.
So that's where
All
we're
right
at right
now.
now. That's where
All
we're
right,
at.
so let me get this straight. So, moral of the story is this last part. I want to pull this out. I can't stress this enough. I've learned how to do this, but in the trucking industry, you have to speak up for yourself. You have to. You can't just let somebody say something and be like, that's it. Like, you got to say something, because had you not say, you know what, hey, can I talk to whoever this is or whatever and get this? Let me just try at least. Um, but that's a blessing. So, just to sum all that up, your girl, Strictly Bree, y'all, she is a local driver now. Local driver. I heard the story before. We talked on the phone and she told me, and I was just so happy for her because I knew that had to be nothing but God. And this is just a testimony for anybody else that's on here. Like, uh being a truck driver is a hard job. It is. There's a lot that we do and whatever. Sometimes you might have a little setback, but that doesn't mean that, hey, it's the end. So speak up for yourself, and especially when you know what's for you is for you. So yeah, y'all, she here. She back. She's still driving. I was playing with
Mhm.
her. I had to ask her. I think I said, "Are you still driving the truck, or are you driving a box truck?" I said something like that. I ain't hating on the box truck drivers, but yeah. So yeah, y'all, she is here. She is still driving. And let me get to some of these comments before we move on. Um, Big Mom says she been here since day one.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So Shante, did you figure out the mystery? She said she figured out the mystery yesterday already. Okay.
Yes, because the video I posted yesterday, that was for the real go-getters who watched the video to the whole end. Normally, I'll be posting a video, I'll make like 3 different videos about one subject, like, oh, I quit my job, and then a video about this is why I quit my job, or and then a company reveal. Nope. I did one video, had everything in it. So if you watched it all the way, shout out to you. Shout out to you, bro. Thanks.
We have 81 people online, 82 people.
Ooh.
Wow. Make sure you like the video. That will help us content creators out. Going through the comments, we're gonna catch up through the comments right quick, and then we're gonna go on a little bit further. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Look who is in the building. Let me see. I don't understand why I've been trucking 8 years, still afraid. Wait, I don't
Mm.
understand why I've been in trucking 8 years, still afraid. Big Mom, what you afraid of? We're gonna talk. We're gonna touch on that too. I got a look. I got a question on that. But look who is in the building. Slime Pack 392, y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to Slime
What's
Pack.
up?
Shout out to Jasmine. What's up? She not on home time, is she? I don't think she is.
She been out for a while, man.
She
I don't think
has.
so.
She has. VIP Seat says hi. Vintage Lady
Basic.
says she's from Georgia. Lone Scorpio been watching Bree for a long time. We all have. When did
Thank
you
you.
hit 3 years?
January this year, but I mean, I left Millis in October, so I just say 3 years.
No, we're going from holding that CDL. We ain't talking about the company.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 3 years.
3 years.
January.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Congrats. All right. Shantae said, never mind. I thought it was for another reason because I was like, regional wasn't truly Southeast regional. Ah.
I didn't read the fine print. So when I signed up for regional, I didn't say Southeast regional, which I just thought when you say regional, you just stay in your area. But no, they had me everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Regional means regional. it's different for every company. Some companies will keep you in the region. If y'all, whoever watches my channel, if you paid attention, you know I was in Texas last
Everyone.
week, and that's not my region. But I don't mind driving to Texas. It's all right. Long as the money is there, I'm okay with it. Big Mom said I went there, see her England, but didn't get hired. Okay. Um, let's go.
They almost did that for me too.
From Michigan. Okay.
What's up?
Trey J, is it the local trucker? Is that what it is? Hey y'all, says hey y'all. Shantae said God is good. Yes, he is.
All the
Big Monster,
time.
we looking for a place with the apartments on my credit. I want to go back on the truck. Okay, okay.
Hmm.
Dak, that's what it is. Dak report. Sterling, you've been
Oh,
driving.
hold on. There's something else too, since I had to look it up. So it's the DAC report and something else starts with a P, like a PPS, or it's some other report they do too.
I
It
don't
starts
know.
with a P.
If anybody know, put it in the comments.
I was
uh,
advocating for myself, y'all. I ain't
Very
not
way
to
to
keep
go,
bringing it up.
Bree. Sterling says, by the way, fight every ticket every time. That's some good
Okay.
advice there. I've heard that before. Everything you get, don't just like be like, no, fight it. I know some companies, I know mine does. We have a program that you can pay into, and if you get any like tickets, anything like that, they have like some lawyers on staff that you can kind of get some legal
Oh,
information on. Yeah. Now this is true right here. Truth will set you free, most definitely.
yes, it is.
What's up, Chaz, man? You missed a lot. You late. I'm just playing. Just to catch you up, Strictly Bree, you have to go watch the replay. We ain't about to go through all that. She told you like a 15-minute story of where she's been, but she is
Sorry.
still driving and she's local. Peace and love from Philly. What's up, Philly? Yeah, and that's one of the fruits of the spirit. Yes, it is. Patience is.
Mm,
I know that's part of what you was talking about, patience. Slime pack. Congratulations. Congrats. Facts.
thank y'all.
Yes, he is.
All the time.
Mr. Isaiah says Martin Pay is not what I thought it would be. I'm gonna talk to you a little later on that. We'll see what you what actually, Mr. Isaiah, you can just DM me. We can have that conversation. Lessons number 1. Yes, indeed. Speak up for yourself. Chasman said, congratulations.
Thank you.
I ain't gonna lie, there's pros and cons on local and OTR. Let's jump into that. All right, so Strictly Bree, you started out OTR and I started out regional. I was strictly Monday through Friday. And didn't you entertain regional though?
Hmm.
Did you like it when you first got to it, or were you like, nah, I need to go back over the road?
No, I liked it, especially with so Millis I basically did over the road, and with Ozark I did regional. And I liked their regional because if I wanted to stay out, I could, but if I wanted to go home, I could. But the only thing I didn't like is it wasn't Monday through Friday. It was just a 34. I did not like being home just for a 34. That's crazy. Give me 2 full days. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and so that's a con because I know some companies are very strict with uh that 34 being your home time. I
Mhm.
can't speak. I'm not gonna speak too much on what I do because I'm favored and blessed in that area because I always get my
Mhm.
days. I never did a 34. I always get my 4 days because we have a clause in our line that says if the load is based on if the load, like if I get a load tomorrow that starts at 12 o'clock noon, I'm not coming out the house at 5 a.m. That won't make sense. I'll be wasting my
Mhm.
clock. So, but yeah, I'm just saying I'm blessed in favor. I ain't never had to just do a 34. But let's talk about the pros of OTR. Now, when you were OTR, not to get in all your business, but if you've been watching Strictly Bree, you will know where she came from. She did not have a place at the time when she was OTR. So can you chime on that to like, did you have freedom with that? Like knowing that you was not paying an electric bill, you wasn't paying rent or a mortgage, you wasn't, I don't think you had a car at the time.
Now, baby girl
Okay.
didn't have nothing.
Okay. So can you talk on that a little
Nothing
bit?
but a
Because I
bankruptcy.
don't know what that looks like. But
Right.
compare that to having those things now that you got an apartment
So
and a car, like
we popping now, honey. We
yeah.
popping. So when I didn't have anything, Shawty was from the gutter. I'm just kidding. No, but when I didn't have anything, I have no apartment, no car. I loved it. But the positive, I had a whole bunch of money that I could save. But then the negative, I was spending a whole bunch of money. So it's like when you first, because that's when I first started trucking. I didn't start trucking with me knowing how to finance and save money. Heck, I'm in a bankruptcy. My thought was to start trucking to pay off debt. Now I'm in trucking with no debt, no bills, no nothing holding me back. It's like I'm saving all this money, but I'm also buying more food. I'm also giving away money. You need some? Here you go. I don't care. So it's positives and negatives. More positives than the negatives, though. Like, would I ever go back to not having a truck? I mean, not having an apartment, not having a car, and just living in a truck? I would if I was like homeless and I was, needing to start over. I would always suggest people get your CDL. Get your CDL. You don't need no car. You don't need a place to stay. Get your CDL. And then
Okay.
if you want to go home, get you a hotel. Hotel about like $100, 150. That's
Okay.
cheap.
So I guess in actuality, I guess it just varies by the person. But I like me never being OTR strictly. I've been out for 2, 3 weeks before. I've done that before. But my situation, I own a house, own a car,
Yeah.
and I like to see that every now and then. I don't want to 3, 4 weeks to go by and I'm like, and then with this crazy weather, I need to be able to check on my house every now and then. But that's how I feel. But I feel like OTR is strictly for the person that does not have a lot of responsibilities.
It
Like
is.
there are people that have families and there's OTR, but it really would help out if you don't have any of that. If you don't have kids, if you don't have a house, if you don't have an apartment. Cause I thought about it. I thought about like selling my house and doing all that. And I was like, I should just do this for like a year and just save a lot of money. Like that, I thought about that. Cause I still have debts and things I want to pay off, but I thought about that. But I now I understand like that is like you really gotta have a plan in trucking. Let me just say that. You gotta have
Yes,
a plan.
definitely.
Yeah. So I just wanted to hear what you had to say. So you would go back, but well, you would go back
If
if
I
you
was homeless and
yeah.
I need a job, I would never look. I'm happy where I'm at right now. Let me say this. I don't know if this changes the subject, but for all the new drivers out there, maybe cover your ears because I don't want to discourage anybody. But when I first started trucking, I was happy. I was happy to see my 2017 Kenworth T680, just driving by myself and seeing the new cities and states. And I loved it. I loved it when I first started. But after I've had like 3 breakdowns mentally in that truck, I started to not like trucking that much. The only thing that kept me going was God and the go getters. I promise. That was it. I would have been quit, found something else to do, but I had my 2 G's with me. Okay. So I stopped not wanting to really do it, but just doing it because it pays the bills. Where else am I gonna go? I don't, can't go to social work. I ain't been doing that in 3, 4 years. So where else am I go? But now that I'm local, it's like I love trucking again. Like I love getting up, going to my job. I still get to go out of the state. I still get to have that, oh, what are we doing today? It's not like I wake up and do the same thing every freaking day. So I'm finding that love again.
Good.
I like
Serenity Carter says trucking is very mental.
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Very, very, very mental. All right. From what I hear, box truck drivers actually winning out here. I don't know. I guess what if you own your own truck and yeah, I'll say you probably have a little Well, I don't know who winning now with fuel prices. I don't know. I don't think nobody's winning that much. Chosen from the Most High says I'm a local driver doing hazmat, but my job is sweet. But I'm an hour away from home, so it feels like all I do is work. So you drive an hour
Mm.
there and an hour back, and then driving all day. Yeah, that's a lot. Kristen says, been out here 27 years. There are still things that I'm afraid of. It's normal. Yeah.
Hmm.
27 years. So congrats. That's a long time. That's a long time. All right, so we had some talking points. I guess the first one makes sense. This was your question, Bree. You said, what's something you tolerated way too long just because it paid you?
And we're gonna talk about something that's trucking related. I don't want to sound like I'm being contradicting, but let me say this. I had a trucking job. I'm not gonna name the company because you know, but I had a trucking company that I thought paid well, but did not. And I tolerated it for way too long. Just for
How
a
did you
check.
know, though? How did you know that you wasn't getting paid what your worth was? Or how did you know that, oh, dang, like the grass is green on the other side? Like, how you figure that out?
I started watching, well, I've been watching other trucking YouTubers, but then they started to slick talk about their pay. And I was like, what? Y'all getting paid how? I'm not talking about, I'm talking about company drivers. They slick
Mm.
started talking about their pay. I was like, y'all getting paid how much? Oh, okay. And then my check started to get lower instead of higher. I was like, oh,
And this is when
okay,
you
yeah,
were
we're not.
OTR. You were over the road,
Mm-hmm.
not coming
Mm-hmm.
home for weeks at a time. And your check
Mm-hmm.
was going down.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
What about you?
Uh, what's something you tolerated way too long just because it paid you? When I left, or if you all have been following my journey, I've been to 3 companies. When I went to the first time I was with Martin, they laid me off because they lost the account. When I went to
Mm-hmm.
Balkmatic paid very well, but I was only paid by the mile. And for 2 weeks at a time, they had me at home like for 3 days out of the week. And this is dispatch saying like, "Oh, well," they had me like literally get out and go to a plant to pick up a load. And they were like, "What load? We don't have a load schedule here." And this is like 500 miles. I'm supposed to drive overnight. And they did that 2 times in 1 week. And then the following week, they kind of repeated the same thing. And so, yeah, it was a 2-week period. And I kindly said, "Thank you, but no thanks." And I'm out of here.
Mm.
And I quit on a Friday. And on Monday, I was back at Martin. So I already had that. I already had did all the things. So yeah, and that's one thing I don't play when it come to any job. I'm kind of I don't know. You're not 30 yet, are you? Yeah, you're not 30. Okay, so I'm mid 30. So you got a little ways to go, but
Wow, okay.
yeah, I'm 36.
What?
36, 37 this year. So I'm a little older. And then I probably have had like way more jobs than some average people. I done did a lot of stuff. So I really don't play with jobs. I let I don't work the job. I actually let it I do what I need to do for it to make whatever I needed to do. So um so yeah, that might be the thing, but it was only 2 weeks. In them 2 weeks, I was there for 4 months, but in that 2 week period, I was like, "Oh no, let me get out of here." And I think they were changing dispatch. They were changing the planners, changing this. So it was something internal that they were trying to figure out, but I just didn't have time for it. Like I said,
Mm-mm.
I have grown man bills. I don't live with my mom. I don't live with my dad. I own my house. This is me. So I gotta do what I gotta do. So yeah. I'm gonna ask another question. Did you ever second guess yourself after you already made the decision? That's a good one.
I've had moments like when I was transitioning. And you know what? Let me say this. So when I was transitioning, okay, I'm gonna give y'all a live exclusive. Y'all don't tell nobody nothing, okay? Don't tell nobody nothing. All right. So when I was transitioning from Millis, I got another job that was not Ozark, y'all. But that job wasn't that good. That job was terrible. So when I went to that job, it didn't last long. And then I was like, maybe I should have stayed with Millis. But then I went to Ozark. So it's like I did regret it, but then I was like, everything works out in its own time. So yeah.
All right, so let's put a pin there. I got another question for you. Because, this is a thing in the trucking industry. People talk about job hopping. Job hopping, is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? And I'll give you my 2 cents on it, and then I'm going to ask you. Where I'm at in life and the way this world is going, you got to do what works for you. That's not being loyal to a company. You need to be loyal to yourself. Get in where you fit in, where you need it. Get up out of there, move, and do what you got to do. I know there's a lot of people that will chime in on comments on YouTube videos saying, you don't just keep leaving a job and doing this. I'm like, you don't know my life. You only know what I share. So you don't know if trucking is my only income. You don't know if I got 5 incomes. But when I share this portion of saying, hey, I'm going here doing this, that's what I'm doing. But so here's my thing. I feel like you do what you need to do. Like, I've talked to truckers who've been driving 20, 30 years. I got an uncle who's been driving 15 years, and he got a resume full of places. Now, there are some times you get into a space where you're good. Like, you might be good for 5, 7 years and you're good. But that doesn't mean that you don't need to pivot. Also, I feel like, I'm going to say this too. I feel like if this is for newer truckers too, like when you learning, don't just learn to do one thing in trucking. Don't just learn to drive or drive in. Drive reefer. Try it out. Drive a pneumatic trailer. Try it out. Like, just try. Like, just because you're building your resume. You'll never know where you'll need that experience. Like, I did yard jockeying when I was at Martin. It actually helped me learn how to blindside like way, way better than I was ever blindsiding. Because I had time to just back 6, 7 trailers. But that being on my resume, who knows? And a year later, I might be like, oh, let me go do some yard jockeying because I know what to do and I know how to do it. But yeah. But what's your 2 cents on it? Job hopping, is it good, bad?
But let me tell you. Before I started trucking, I think it was like 1 year I had 20 jobs, which means Bree had 20 W-2s.
Ugh.
20 W-2s to submit. So when I started trucking with Millis, I said, that's probably, Bree, calm down. But no, I don't know. That could be a thing though. But when I started with Millis, I said, I don't want to go to no other company. I want to stay here. I just want one W-2. I don't want to worry about nothing. But job hopping never became a big thing for me. I didn't care. If you didn't like the job, leave. I started a job one time at a warehouse, which y'all don't ever recommend warehouse jobs to me because I can't do it. I can't stand for long. I was only there. I couldn't pass lunch. Lunch, I was out the door. I quit. That's another W-2, Bree. But yeah, so job hopping never was a big thing for me. I know a lot of older people, they stay at one job, like my auntie. She's been at one job. She's only had 2 jobs since I've been alive.
Now let
I'm
me ask you this,
27.
because I think it's a generation thing too. It depends on which
Yes.
generation you're in. Is she in her 50s?
If she do, she don't look like it, but I think so. I really don't
Okay,
know.
so that's it. I've noticed.
She was born in the 70s, so yeah, right.
Yeah, she's in her 50s. So I've noticed people in certain generations, like my mom, probably your parents, that age bracket, they just work and they really don't ask a lot of questions and they just do it. And like, I've been telling my mom, I was like, you ain't got to be there. You can get another job. I told her that like a couple years ago because she was telling me about some stuff that's going on. I was like, just go across the street. Like, you ain't got to deal with all that. But
But I like that though.
I think that's my generation. And, we ask
Mhm.
questions. We're not afraid to be like, okay, why? okay, how is this benefiting me or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
So and that has nothing to do with like your work ethic. Like, I've never
Mm-mm.
been fired from a job. I mean, I do my job. I come in on time. I do all those things. I can do that. It's not that I can't, but it got to make sense. So let me see. Let's get to some of these comments. I'm sorry, y'all. We got 75 people on. I didn't know that many people was gonna be on it tonight. All right.
And I need to
Local
say
is
thank you so much to TJ as well. I saw his thing.
TJ.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Looks like he got a super chat. Love and respect to your journey, Bree. Getting your CDLs. You'll never have to worry about job security. I'm local, no weekends. All right.
There we go. I'm
Hey, you
with you.
local, no weekends. Hey,
Okay.
fine. Me and Brandon are local adjacent. See, that's why I can't speak too much on like what I do right now. Well, I can, but I'm regional slash local. That's what I am.
And I think you have a super chat too.
I don't see it on
Christine,
my.
Diana.
Okay, I'm gonna see.
It didn't say a message, so I don't know who's it for, but we're thankful.
I'm in the South. Now left OTR and doing dedicated from Home Depot. That's what's up.
There you go.
Super sticker. Oh yeah. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's keep going. Wow, we almost at an hour. Okay. Um I'll look at my let's talk about this. What are some myths in trucking? Like you're gonna make a lot of money. You need to be OTR for a specific time until you become local. Are those myths? Do you think they are, or do you think they're true, or whatever? I'll let you go first.
Um, when
Well,
I
the
first started
first one,
trucking,
you
that's
make a
what
lot of
people
money.
would say.
Making a lot of
Huh?
money.
Yes,
You
I
make
think
a
we
lot.
do make a lot of money. To us, we think we don't make a lot of money, but if I was to ever go back to McDonald's, I know people be like, "Oh, I make just the same much as McDonald's." I used to work at McDonald's. We do not make the same money as them. Okay? What we make in a week, it takes them at least 2, maybe 2.5 weeks to make. Okay?
That's very true.
But definitely, I think we make a lot of money. We just probably don't, you know, I don't want to say we probably just don't spend it correctly. We probably overspend still.
Yeah, getting a check every week versus every 2 weeks mentally already tells you, oh, I'm getting paid in 4 more days. I'm getting paid in
Mm-hmm.
3 days. Oh, I can
Mm-hmm.
spend this. It'll come
Get
right
a
back.
check and get it right back.
Exactly. And then you be living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck to paycheck.
Okay.
But I will say, them 5 weeks, them checks that you get that are 5 week months, it'd be nice. Be nice.
Mm-hmm.
The other myth, I'm gonna speak on this one. When I did get into trucking, I knew I wanted to be more local. I wanted to be more at home. But there are people that told me, oh, you got to drive at least a year to get local. Ain't
Mm-hmm.
nobody going to look at you and think about you at local. And that's not true. Now, it may be true for some people, but it wasn't true for me. I became local within 6 months, just six
Mm-hmm.
months. I did 6 months at Rail. I left Rail because I wasn't making any money. And the company that picked me up to go local was Martin. I applied to Martin in 4 months, and they told me, "Hey, come back at 6." The recruiter called me on 6 month the day and said, "You still want to come?" And I got a local position for you. So yeah. Now I will say this. This is for all the new truckers. Now, when you're that new, I was only driving for 6 months, and you want to drive local, you must definitely got to apply yourself. And when I say apply yourself, you got to apply yourself to backing, and you got to nail it. Like that's something you got to be like efficient in. Because if not, being local is not going. You're gonna be like, oh my gosh. So if your backing is like a little shaky, and like not saying you can't, you have time to expand, but like being local, you touch 7 trailers a day. Like you're backing multiple times, especially if you're on a dedicated lane. I was on a dedicated lane, and we touched like 6, 7 trailers a day, and we had tight yards. It was in a day cab, but still, you need to know what you're doing. So if you can apply yourself and see, like I was talking about the age difference, like when you get to a certain age, you like when I got into trucking, I had a government job. I was there for 7 years. So when I stopped that, I said, this got to work. And I got to do the work to make this happen. So I ain't got nobody to bounce back on. I could go move with my mama, but I'm not doing that. I'm too grown for that. But yeah, just apply yourself. What's something else? Oh, this is a good one. As a truck driver and a content creator, what struggles do you go through, if any?
Oh, this is one struggle I personally go through. So I can make the content, I can record, I can talk to y'all. I used to love editing. That used to be my most favorite thing. But then let's say Bree went through something. If she went through something bad or sad, now I got to edit that same video. Oh, I'm stuck. I don't feel like editing that. You want me to edit a video where I'm talking about all this bad stuff that happened to me? No. So then I get behind on content and then we stop being inconsistent. So that's something I need to work on. But
Yeah, okay. I can piggyback on that because I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not consistent. As I know I can be more consistent, but I'm not. I was way more consistent when I first started trucking. And get this
mhm,
too. I never started YouTube to be a trucking channel. Like
mhm.
I was doing kitchen reviews on appliances and tech. And it just so happened that I wanted to document my journey and just document it. And then it became a thing. And then people ask, I'm about to get my CDL. I'm like, oh dang, wow, there's people that's like me. So that's where it came from. So and even to this day, I just don't want to do trucking content. Like I like it, but that's not all that I want to do. So but I do struggle with the consistency is because some days are just long. Like I work them that 14-hour clock, my 14-hour clock be burning. And after that, I just don't want to edit or do nothing.
You be doing 600 miles. I'll be like, dang.
600 miles. I'm a 600 mile drive. After you do that, especially if I go home and I be driving and thinking about my bed, I'll be like, dang, yes, I can't wait. And then 2-3 days later go. But shout out to you, Strictly Bree, and Slime Pack and all the other channels I watch. Y'all are way more consistent and y'all do it and it just be done. And because it's a lot of work that goes into making content. If you all don't know, like it's a lot. Recording is probably the easiest. Yeah, once you get the hang of it, your angles and your camera is easy. But when it's time to edit, and if you let 3-4 days go by from a video you recorded, you be looking at that stuff like, what was I doing? And where is this making sense? So maybe you could help me. What do you do to stay consistent? Or at least a test to putting out one video a week. That's my minimum, one
Um,
video a week.
to be honest, I'm still working on that. Right now, I'm still behind. I have no videos edited for this week, but we're working on it. I just gotta get it done, man. Get it done. Like you would think it'll help, because we have people to talk to. We're not just talking to ourselves, but I don't really have any tools on how to stay consistent other than, all right, Bree, you're getting behind. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to see a video that was, let's say we're in March. I don't want to see a video that happened all the way in January. I'm be like, girl, what is going on? This is January. And like,
Yeah.
it's crazy because when I be watching other people like Slime Pack, Candy, I'd be like, why y'all not put, well, I don't have to start over. I don't have to say that with Slime Pack. She always posts it.
And
Okay.
she always
She
got
is
something in
the
the arsenal.
queen of
She always got
consistency.
something.
Okay. I'm gonna
She could
get
be
there.
at
I'm gonna get
home
to her
for a
level.
week And we seeing videos like she out there.
Okay, we gonna get there. But it's like when other people don't post that I like to watch, I'm like, where they at? I want to watch their videos. So it's like I don't have no method yet, but we gonna get there. Okay.
Okay, that's very honest.
Yeah, we got no method.
uh, this person, I think they were answering the question. Should PSP? Is that the report?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. So not to bring it back up, but so it's the DAC and the PSP. And look, when I tell y'all Bree was advocating for herself so she can get a job, I'm over here looking online. Because I have a record now. So now I gotta look online. What are the top trucking companies that take people with records, like moving violations? Because even Walmart, they top tier. They'll even take you with a moving violation. I think you can only have no more than two. So I'm like, what are some other companies? And tell me why CR England popped up. So when I'm on the phone with her, I'm like, hey, it do say online that y'all take people with violations. And then she said her little spiel. So yeah,
All right, so it
PSP, they
is
be looking at
possible,
that.
y'all. If you're not listening, it is possible to still get a job, and maybe something happened. You got something on your record. So every scenario is different. So don't think that it's the end of the world. Now I'm sure on some stuff. Let's just say this. Be honest, because a lot of truck drivers aren't. Now, if something really happened that was very devastating, I'm talking about an accident, a full blown accident, and that could take some time. But I do agree with you and Sterling, Will, saying, "Hey, fight everything, appeal it."
Hmm.
You know. Benita Stewart says, "My Bree and Slime Pack, y'all my babies, 57-month watch like I'm a driver watching." Oh, Mississippi, stay.
Oh.
If your company has legal aid that you pay for in your benefits, then all will be good against tickets. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. Yeah, my company has something like that, and I pay into it. Mr. Isaiah says I'm gonna have to go back OTR because this pay ain't it. See, are you regional, Mr. Isaiah? If you on here, I might have some tips for you. You just got if you drive 500-600 miles a day, you can make it happen. That's what I do. Keep up the good work to both of you. Thank you, CDL
Thank
Shorty
you.
74. Appreciate that. Bree, what's the T on your old job? Did you hit Nadia? Put in the comments if you haven't. I'm going down them, so yeah.
I can give you like a quick spiel. Like
Go ahead.
the T on my old job is that they tried to fire me for 2 moving violations, but Bree quit. She quit. She got another job. She had to work her booty butt off to get that job, but it all worked out thanks to God. There we go. Amen.
Amen. I like this one here. You have to be mentally strong before hitting the road.
That's true.
What are some things that you do before you hit the road?
I ain't
How do
gonna
you
lie to
get
y'all.
yourself ready to start driving?
Oh, okay, so let me ask: are you talking about like me, like like I'm already in the truck, or like I'm leaving home time to go
Either
to the
one.
truck? Which stuff?
Either one. But she said mentally. We're talking about mental. How did you get that your head together to be like, all right, I'm about to drive?
That's probably my problem and why I get drained so easily because I be rushing. Okay, people. First of all, stop rushing every freaking where.
Stop
Do your
rushing. Okay.
pre-trip, make your breakfast, read your Bible, go get coffee. If you like coffee, I don't like coffee. I'll get me a smoothie or
I
orange
love
juice.
me some
You
coffee.
know, start your morning off slow. Okay, take your time. That's how you can get your mental right. Now, if you coming back from the house again, be rushing. Oh, I'm late. I gotta hurry up and get all these bags packed, throw them in the truck, and then you don't even have time to set up your truck how you want it because you got to get on the road. Take your time. Stop rushing. Be consistent with your time management. Okay. That's one mental thing, you know. Give your worries to God too. Yeah.
I like that you
What would you
said
do?
the start rushing part.
Yes.
I've noticed and if you're a truck driver, listen to this. Even truckers and newer truckers, of course, we sometimes we got tight schedules, but all you got to do sometimes is take out time for yourself. If you do that while you're on the
Mm-hmm.
road, take out time for yourself. Go get that shower. Go get that
Mm-hmm.
shower. Stop letting 2-3 days go by. Go get that shower. But if you don't ever take time for yourself within this industry, you'll be running ragged. You'll be a robot. But something I do
Looking
to
like
get
it.
myself mentally prepared, of course, I pray. Um, I pray. I make sure I eat. I make sure I got something to eat. I make sure I'm hydrated. And then I make sure I have, well, I'm gonna say this. We're gonna might change the subject a little bit, but make sure you got a community as a truck driver.
Mm, mm.
And when I say a community, don't just be staring down some of your fellow truckers at the place. Become friends. Get some trucking friends. Because there are gonna be some days you might need to vent. And you might need to talk to somebody who knows what we do. Not your mama, because sometimes they don't really know. They'll be thinking you always mad. You always angry. But if I'm talking to a truck driver, because I got about, let me see, I got one, two, three, I got about like four people I could call and be like, let me just tell you what happened when I got to this ship. But that keeps you mentally, I'm gonna say mentally available. Yeah,
I got another one.
go ahead.
I have another one. Y'all remember Brie Brie? She used to go rah rah back in the day. And anything that was yesterday is called back in the day, okay? So I don't do that anymore. I'm a changed woman. I love my job. I'm gonna stay here. I like it here. Tell me why I was in training and he was telling me, I forgot what he said, but he just brought it up randomly. I don't know if we was talking about God or son, but he was saying how when somebody's mad, they're not breathing. So if you ever been mad and going off and da 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 da, you're not breathing. You're just spatting off words and anger.
Your heart
And he was
rate
like,
is
if you
going
just
up.
mm-hmm. And if you would just take a second to breathe, you would, I'm not gonna say you won't be angry anymore, but all that stress that you're giving to your brain to the point where you're about to pass out because you're not giving your brain oxygen, you would just calm down. And ever since he said that, because I've said all you gotta do is breathe, but he put it in perspective, like all you gotta do is breathe. If somebody cut you off and you want to go rah rah, just breathe. Not today. Not today. Go. You obviously in a rush. Go. Get in front of me. I'll slow down. You know, that'll help your mental while you're driving.
Absolutely. All right, let me go through some more of these.
Mm, mm, mm.
Somebody said,
Okay.
let me
Go
see.
ahead. That's right, Alicia.
Here we go. Shantae said, what are some things that can cause a truck driver to have a mental breakdown in that truck?
Pay. Low
I'll
pay.
go first. Let me go. Let me say something. I think what would cause a truck driver to have a mental breakdown, this may seem simple, but for some it's not. You got to learn how to get out of the truck.
Mm,
And when I say get out of the truck, get away from it, as in when you're on your 10 hour, when you're on your 30-minute break, get out. Get some sun on your face, you know, walk, walk around the truck stop. Um, and also you gotta realize too, as a truck driver, you're not alone. You got all these other people out here doing the same job, doing the same thing. Chances are you might bump into somebody and spark up a conversation, and they might say something, you know, that will boost your day. Be safe out there, brother. Be safe out there, sister. So I would say get out that truck. But what are some things that can cause a church driver to have a mental breakdown? I would say if you don't have the community part, because you will feel isolated and lonely. But Bree, she said pay. Now, see, that don't
that's one
cause me
thing.
to have a mental breakdown. That just caused me to let
Mm.
me go get another job.
Let me say this. Let me say this because that was my first mental. Holding it in, like you said, you need community. So if you're holding in everything that's pissing you off and it's really eating up at you to the point where you're like about to go off and you're just holding it in, then the next thing that may be just so slight, just so little, may be the breaking point. So let it out when it happens. Talk about it to somebody, talk to God, talk to something. Because every time I've had a mental breakdown in the truck, it's because I've let all these other little things add up versus getting it off my chest. So, me having low pay, somebody cut me off, truck drivers not caring about each other, Dispatch. Dispatch was my breaking point when I had a mental break. Dispatch said something rude to me. They don't never talk to me rudely, but now all this other stuff is happening and they talking to me rudely. I'm pissed. I'm having a mental breakdown. So it's just let it out, talk to somebody, pray about it. I don't know, but stuff adds up quickly.
It does. It really, really does. Big Mom said, "Tell Bree this is Monica."
Hey, girl.
John says, "I have been with the same trucking company for 6 years." That's what's up, John.
26. Mm-hmm. I haven't. I ain't getting there.
Alicia said, "Why can't you do social work?"
I ain't got no more experience. I feel like if I was to go back to social work, they're gonna be like, "Girl, you graduated in 2020. What you been doing since then? Driving trucks." I'll go back to it. So I'm gonna just drive these trucks.
Always keep in mind that we are all living the life Jesus had already written. And that is so true.
That's true.
SD33Z313. Something that quiets my mind when I just don't know what's going on. I'm quickly reminded that God is not surprised. God wasn't surprised
Mm.
when that situation happened. He wasn't surprised. So I'm like, all right, well, you got to let me know what's next. I got to get on board. Sterling said, "We don't live in a country that supports a one job career anymore." Now, see, that is very true. You know why I say that? Because there's a lot of people that don't evolve, and you got people that think a certain way and they don't evolve with what's going on. So, so when it comes to like, I got to do what I got to do. I got to move a certain way. I got to go to this company, do that. That's what you have to do. Let me see what else. Lisa, let's look at Lisa. She said, "I've always job high, especially in the 90s and early 2000s. Back then, you can quit one job and walk right across the street and get another job, literally." I believe, Lisa, that you can. I think it just depends on the person. I feel like if you are kind of multifaceted and you do a lot of things. I don't know if y'all know, but I'm a classical trained pianist. I've been playing piano since I was 9. Played for churches, did all that. And so I often think about, I really miss music. And I'm just like, I should just go back and so, but when you done those things, it's like, I can go around, but I give it and that takes nothing away from the person that's been at the same place for 20 years, 30 years. I think we're just all different. I think we are. That's just like people who become doctors. You put all that work in, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be a doctor for the rest of your life. You're not gonna say, now I want to be a truck driver. But I'm pretty sure there are some doctors who used to be a doctor that's driving a truck. So we're all different. Is Darian said, "Please make sure you hit the like button." Please, yes, thank you. 219 D Price. What's up, man? Uh, you know him?
No,
Oh,
what
you
he
didn't know him.
said.
Yes, myth. Ain't
Yes.
no money in local. Big myth. Now, I feel like it just varies on the person. But let's speak on this. Do you feel like you work harder when you're local than you was regional OTR?
Well, I'm gonna answer that, but yes, I do work harder,
Mm-hmm.
but I ain't gonna lie. I get paid more local than I did OTR. I know people say that and then they don't want to tell you what job you're at, but y'all know me. I'm at CR England and I get paid more local than I do when I was over the road for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time.
Gotcha.
So I'll work hard. I will work harder because I'm getting paid to work harder versus me working like I did over the road, which is still wasn't me slacking. I was working whatever they could give me, but the pay was just not there for me. At
Now
least
when
for
you
that job.
say when you say working harder, can you expound on, like, is that working harder because now you're doing dropping hooks and it's shorter and now you're having to
Let me just say this. Now, this may be a joke to some, but okay. So when I say working harder, to be honest, me working local, I'm not going to a whole bunch of places. I'm probably going to one place, but I be having to get out like that one place you're going to is like over the road. For me, over the road, you're going to like one place, and then the next day or so, you're going to another place. So you're doing more driving. But when you're local, you have to get in and out that truck, in and out that trailer, keep doing the landing gear for one or like more places than you would do over the road. So that's the working harder part for
Okay.
me.
So would you? I've seen people talk about this, and a lot of people don't like that. They think like that's a lot of work. But for me, I'm like, it gives me a chance to reset. Like tomorrow, I got to do
Mm,
3 dropping hooks. I got to do a live load dropping hook, live load dropping hook, live load dropping hook.
that's a lot of
But
work.
after I'm going home. I'm going home after. But I've been to this place numerous times. I know the people. But when I get out the truck and I do disconnect and all that, I like that. It makes me feel like I'm a human being versus a robot sitting in a seat driving for 10, 11 hours. And that's not to say I can't do both, but I just feel like I would rather have like some, I don't know. That's why like I drove to Texas last week, but this week I don't know what they got me doing. But I'll be home tomorrow after work. So I like that. I don't know. I just don't like doing just I don't mind driving far, but
Mm,
I don't mind like be like, okay, I did that load. Now I'm gonna do this and do that. I don't know. I feel like it resets me. Like I'm not like
mm,
bored or like, my back hurt. My back don't hurt because I got out after an hour. Now I'm back in. So I don't know.
I need to stay in that truck in that driver's seat as long as possible. I be having to get in and out the truck, in and out the trailer, do the land. That's too much. But we gonna do it for a paycheck, okay? We're not complaining, you know.
Yeah.
But
Monica said, come on, Brandon, gotta have a plan. Yeah, you most definitely have to have a plan coming into trucking. If you don't have a plan, I feel like trucking will just swallow you up and you'll see yourself here for 10, 12, 13, 14, 15 years. I feel like it's easy to be like, yeah, I'm gonna get my own truck. But do you know how much it costs? Did you look up the truck? You know which one you want? Because 5, 6, 7 years
mhm,
later, you said you was gonna get another you was gonna get your own truck, but time is ticking.
that was my plan. After 5 years of trucking over the road, I wanted to buy my own truck.
Do you
That ain't
still?
happened.
You want your own truck?
No, not right now. I need to settle down. I don't need to go buy a my own truck. I need to settle down.
T BZ said, hi Bree.
What's up?
190 Price said that happened to me too. I think I know what you're talking about. Slime Pack said it's in my blood. She probably talking about editing.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Definitely. If you haven't
219.
already,
Well, we need
subscribe
to
to
go through these
Slime
comments and then we just going I'm gonna just let's finish off going through the comments because I'm sorry, people have said a lot of stuff. 219 said editing is where it is. Alicia said, Brandy, you are correct. It is generation. I'm from the baby boomer generation. So you're the generation that my dad is a part. And once upon a time, I believe you should be loyal to the company, but these companies don't appreciate good employee. So true. Slime Pack said, I record a full vlog every day and edit a full vlog every day. I'm
Okay.
gonna give it. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. They both motivate me.
No.
Alicia, also, they have taken away a lot of benefits. And that is very true. I know I seen you last week. I just didn't want to look stupid in the end. 06 in Paris. You talking to Strictly, Bree? Did you
I've been
see
home. Ain't nobody see me.
you seen me? Let me say this too. Have you had the opportunity to be like out and somebody be like, Strictly Bree? You
Oh, I love that. I love that. They'd be
Yeah,
like,
I've
"What's
had it happen a few times
up?"
too. And it catch me off guard because I don't think nobody be knowing looking at my channel or whatever. And I'm like,
Like they do because they comment, but I wouldn't think they would recognize us, you know?
Yeah, I'm like, oh dang, somebody watching my channel.
Hello.
Yeah, Slime be on it. Yes, she does.
Mhm.
Uh, Cole Jackson said I had to decline CR England. They wanted me to run triples. Yes, I said triples, not teams. That means 3 people in the truck, 1 in the top bunk. Wait, whoa, is that a thing?
Know nothing about that. That's
Wow.
crazy.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, Mr. Isaiah said yes,
I
regional.
think I've heard that though.
Wow, 3 people to a truck?
Like training though, like I think it's for new drivers who don't have a CDL maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't quote me though. I don't know nothing about that.
Kristen said pray. Yes. Slime Pack
Mhm.
says it's hard for me to leave home, but once I sip that coffee and hit the interstate, I instantly lock in.
Oh, okay. You got a nice setup too. If you watch her video, she got the nice setup. I'm like, what is that? I need that in my truck.
Okay, Kristen said something real good. She said, get up an hour before your clock is reset. This works. When I get up an hour before I go shower, I go do all this, I'll be sitting there waiting on my clock. That works. Mentally, that will set you up. Alicia said, Slime Pack, you say that all the time. Oh yeah, let's ask this question. He said, hey Bree, how you liking the new job? So
I
how you liking
love
the
it.
job?
I love it. I love it. It's nice to just shoot. It's nice to go home, go to work, enjoy it. I still get to go out far. I still get to come home every day. It's nice. I ain't got to worry about. And then training wasn't even that long, so I didn't have to ride with the trainer for long. Like I like it. It still gives me like the OTR vibes, but still get to go home every day. It's like the perfect middle. It's literally the perfect job for me.
Are you in a day cab or a sleeper?
Day cab.
Okay.
Day cab.
So when
So
you did
sometimes,
training, you were with the person in the day cab and y'all went home after.
yep.
Okay, cool.
But let me say this. I don't know if I told y'all. I do overnight, y'all. And you know Bree Bree, she used to tell y'all every day. I don't like
You done
overnight. But
changed
y'all,
up
this
on us.
overnight. I did. Switched up quick for that job, okay? So yeah, I do overnight, but it's different because like for over the road, when you do overnight, you could start at 10 p.m., 9 p.m., 8 p.m. You make your own schedule. You get up whenever you have to get up to do your appointment. But now I have a set schedule. Like I'm overnight, but it's a set schedule every night. I may get home at a different time, but I'm starting every day, same time. I love it.
That's what's up. All right, let's talk about night driving because Jasmine, I know her. She drives at
Mhm.
night. What do you do to keep yourself up at night?
And you would think when you get a bunch of hours of sleep that it'll help. It don't matter how much I get to sleep. I
No.
still be a little, I need that energy drink. And I don't want to drink an energy drink every night. But hey, you got
So
to
what are some
comment some
things you do
tips.
to like stay up or whatever?
Well, the energy drink really do help. You get the Alani, the Ghost. I got this Jolly Rancher energy drink one time. You do the energy drink, you got to get out the truck and go inside, walk. And then for me, I ain't got no choice. Like I told another trucker this. I said, man, if I was over the road, I would have been stopped, took a 30-minute nap, took an hour nap or something. But I look back every day in that truck, I'm like looking at the window. I ain't got no bed. I got to keep pushing it. Like I can stop, but just go home, okay? But yeah, you really just got to push yourself. Make sure for me, I can start my shift a little bit earlier. So when you start your shift a little bit earlier, that means you're going to finish a little earlier. So energy drink, start your shift as early as you can and listen to music. Scream if you need to. I don't know. Talk to somebody. When you
Scream.
talk to somebody. Mhm.
So as a truck driver though, if you had your choice on the time to drive, what would you do? Would you drive during the day, starting early during the day, or would you drive at night?
I'm a complicated girl, so if I was over the road, 2 a.m. 2
Mhm.
a.m. But if I was local, I would say 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Because if you start too early, that means you got to go to bed early, and your family gonna be like, "Hey, you should do this, you should do that." So then you're not gonna get the proper sleep you need to get up at 2 a.m. So I would still do it at night, but start earlier at night.
Okay.
What about you though? What would you do?
Uh where I'm at now, I drive per what needs to be done. Like if I gotta drive at night, I'll drive at night. But if I had a preference, I'm probably going to want to start at 4 a.m. because
Mm-hmm.
14 hours from that would give you what 6 p.m. So I should be done driving before the sun's down. But if I had to drive overnight, I probably would want to start at like 7 p.m. so I can
Mm-hmm.
see the sun go down and not just
Mm-hmm.
start out in dark.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of
Oh,
go ahead.
oh, I talked about this earlier. I'm gonna make a joke, so don't nobody get offended. But for all the day drivers out there, how is it gonna be in the summer when you got that what left arm tan? Ha ha. Get it? Because at night I won't get it because I drive at night.
I still
So
got my
yeah.
tan from last year. Nah, you know what? I think it's fine. It's fine now. But
Okay, it's toning out.
right here is darker. I seen it earlier.
Oh.
I got to get a
Mhm.
shade or something. Let me see. Cole Jackson said, Bree, talk about your first breakdown experience in the truck because OTR is a strain at times.
Ugh, what was my first breakdown? Child, I think I recorded my first ever. Wait, you talking about breakdown like the truck broke down or like an accident somebody hit you? Because
I
the
remember
breakdowns
that.
didn't really bother me.
I
The
remember that
breakdowns didn't.
strain. I remember that.
Yes, like how I got my first accident on camera. What?
And you was
What?
weren't you with,
Not the
that
first
was a
one.
day, yeah, that was a different time. It was the mirror the first time, right?
No, it was yeah. Actually, I didn't record my first accident. Somebody hit me at a parking lot, the truck stop. I forgot that's the first one.
While
But
you was
no,
asleep?
yes, I remember that. But Millis, they didn't have a lot of breakdowns. Now Ozark, they started to get on my nerves with these breakdowns, bro. I'm not used to that. I ain't used to breaking. I'm used to getting in them new trucks, 2025, and roll on out. But with Ozark, you had to start from the bottom. So yeah, I got tired of the breakdowns because if I'm breaking down and your solution is for me to switch to another truck and then that truck breaks down, yes, that's gonna be mentally exhausting. Okay.
Absolutely.
What about your breakdown? You waiting on your truck still, ain't you?
No.
Oh,
I rebuke
YouTube
that.
is.
I rebuke that. Okay. Now my truck is fine. I've been in my truck. See, and this is the reason why I got to catch up on these videos. But I've been in my truck probably almost a month. Yeah.
A month.
At least 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Okay.
And
We'll
then
do 3 weeks. That's
we've
fine.
been rolling good. We've been rolling good. Mr. Isaiah said, "Can someone start a trucker group chat?" That would be dope.
Hmm. I
Um, I
wish
know, I know
we
of
did that.
some. Jasmine was trying to get me in something, but I still ain't. With group messages, I done got into my Unc era, and I've been on turn the group text off and put my phone down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have no notifications on my phone. I don't do the Instagram, face, none of all that stuff is off. Like if you text me, I'll get it, or call, I'll get it. But that would be a good idea, Mr. Isaiah. Um, Cole Jackson said, "What y'all think of team driving?"
Never did it.
I've never done it either.
I
I'm gonna
trained, and
say
that's the
it
closest
just
I get.
depends on the person you with. That's all I'm gonna say. They can make or break the whole experience.
Okay. I'm not doing it. Mm-mm. You gotta be my man.
Chasman
Okay.
said, "Oh, okay then. All right, all right." My goal is eventually transition to food service. I miss being physically at work. So are you saying you will stop
Mm.
driving and go back into food service, Jasmine?
No, I think they mean like the trucker companies that do the food thing, right? Is that what you mean?
Maybe food delivery. Delivery like
Yes.
for a grocery store or something. Okay.
Yeah. I think.
Somebody said come to Kentucky and drive one of our dump trucks.
Mm, I can't do that. And I heard they roll over easily. That could be a myth, though. But that's what I heard.
Jasmine, I agree. Got to have a plan and another plan because
Okay.
I like that. I like that. Somebody said have an appointment to go to Schneider training. That's what's up.
Okay.
I don't know anything about.
Congratulations.
Oh, and he said he's fresh out of school. Okay.
Oh, bet.
What was your Mr. SB5 or son. What was your question? I see you gave something with question. Oh, you said yes or no. I don't know.
Yes or no what?
About going to Schneider.
Oh, well, since I have experience, I can't go there because I'm set in my ways. And apparently, they don't let you have a headset while you're driving. And I can't do that. I need my headset.
Set in
So
my
it's
way.
a no for me.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you my spill on it. When it comes to what company you should go to, you most definitely just have to do your research. And I'm never going to be the person to tell somebody to go to a company. I'm not going to tell you to come to Martin. I'm not going to tell you to go to Rail. I'm not going to tell you none of that because it's not a one size fit all. I can tell you what I experienced, but that ain't everybody's experience.
I need to piggyback off of that
Go ahead.
because not only do you need to gain your own experience, and you can listen to other people because I ain't gonna lie, what they're saying online, like on a YouTube video, that's their experience. It could happen to you, it could not happen to you. You're just gonna have to take the risk and stop overthinking it. Because on CR England's website, they talked about their pay and all of that. And I was like, oh no, that ain't gonna work for me. So I could have declined it just by going off their website, but I didn't. And now it's nothing like what they're saying on their website. So it could be a positive or a negative. You just gonna have to try it out yourself. It ain't
Yeah.
gonna hurt nothing.
Yeah. And there's a lot that goes into the formula. Like, I could tell you all day long what I make and how it goes for me. But if you don't live where I live and you're not in the area, I'm in the Chicago area. Chicago is a big major hub. So, and then I'm next to Missouri, and then I'm next to all these places. So I've never had to sit for loads. But if you somewhere where the company don't have a lot of loads, then you're not gonna get the miles you
Facts.
need based on your location. So there's a lot of factors that go into it.
Facts.
Somebody asked if let me go back to D Price. Yeah, it's working out. I'm still here. Made a year consecutively. So we'll see. We'll see. Um they asked Bree do CR slip seat. That's
Yes,
basically
they do.
so somebody drive your truck while you not?
Yes. And you were the first person to ever, because when you went local, you talked about that. And I was like, what is slip seating? And then you explained it. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
Jasmine gave us some ideas. She said, I stretch, I pray, 50 push ups, black coffee.
Okay.
I be on the phone with my trucker buddies or some crunk music and a good podcast. Come on now.
Hmm.
Come on. And she said no energy drinks.
I don't know
Okay.
what else to do.
All right. So he said, fresh out of school and need 3 months OTR to get local job. Is Schneider a good company to start? Have an appointment with them for training. All right. I've never been a Schneider. Strictly Bree has not either. But like I said, if it's only 3 months you need and you ain't really signing no contract that you got to be that longer, you got to get your experience somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm sorry we can't help you on if they're a good company. I mean, they're a major company, of course. So they're well known, of course. You
Maybe
got anything to
somebody
add?
else can comment because I've never worked for them, but y'all help them out. I think so.
290 prices because I have a family. I prefer to drive work during the day. It's easier for me to drive work nights and overnights. Okay,
Yeah.
night better.
It is. I ain't gotta worry about no traffic. I ain't gotta worry about nothing. I get home
Jasmine
on
said,
time.
my friends and I pick on daycares when we see y'all at night. It's too late for you to be outside. Move. It's all love.
Nah, cause we do be driving slow. I'll give you that. My truck goes slow as heck. It do. I don't be passing nobody, y'all.
Destin said, day cabbers all day. Okay.
Okay.
Destin said, salute to all my truckers out here. That's what's up. Oh, yeah, she
That's
said
right.
food delivery.
Yeah. Okay.
Destin
Definitely.
says, I'll say no to Schneider. They are spiteful and mean. All right. Good place to start. Have to have 3 months of training before I can be local.
Mm.
Somebody says, yes, Schneider would definitely fire you if they catch you on camera with the headset
See?
on.
Mm-mm.
Man, I'm a, look. Let me add a little to that. All these companies will fire you if you're doing
In
something.
a
Not the
heartbeat.
headset thing, but do they have inward cameras?
Okay, so they have inward facing cameras, but he said in orientation that it's a stick figure. So it's a circle and it's a stick for your body. And if you turn your head, the circle will move. If you turn it this way, the circle will move. But the camera looks just like Millis Transfer's camera, and that thing had my full body out. So yes, and I don't know.
Ah, okay. We're gonna go with they do. They got them.
I think they do. I think they
Yeah.
do.
Martin does not have inward cameras. They only have
That's
outward.
crazy.
And now they're adding some trucks have side cameras underneath the mirrors, so the left
Really,
and
but not
right.
inward. Everybody else got inward. I'm surprised Martin ain't got inward. That's good though.
Thankfully, and preferably they don't. Keep it
Okay.
that way, Martin. Don't start. Uh, Carl Jackson said, I tell everybody trucking company that you have to give them a 30 to 60-day trial. They put you on probation, put them on probation. If it don't work out, get out of there. I like that. I like that. Um, he said, sorry about the typos I meant. When you go to a company, don't just go off the YouTube video. Give them 30 to 60 days. If it don't work out, you
Yeah,
can always leave with the exit strategy.
that's
Yeah,
good.
big time. Make sure you have an exit strategy. Your exit strategy needs to be, now this is my opinion. You need to have another job. And not just you waiting on them to call you, but at least have like the orientation date. That's what I would
Hmm.
say. Because that's how I've done my transitions when I left jobs. I had the orientation letter, I had the bus ticket or whatever. I had that. And so that's
Do you
how I
give
did
a
it.
2 week notice?
No.
I wouldn't either.
I've never gave a trucking company 2 week notice. But what I did, um, I made sure I was on home time.
Mm.
I got back on a Friday at rail, and then I actually scheduled the email to go out at 7 in the morning on Saturday. And then because I knew my dispatcher what time he got in. And then I went up there to clean it out. Me and my mom, she helped me clean my truck out. And the truck was already at the terminal. And so yeah. The second time around, I was on a route. I had to drive 8 hours back, and I scheduled an email. Like I got templates of resignations, y'all. I just be ready. I just gotta put the dates in there, and when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go. But all those times though, I already had. Like I remember when I came back to Martin, I did their drug test. I did their drug test on them days I was at home. Them days the other company, Bulkmatic, didn't have me on load. I did the drug test while I was at home. And so I did all that stuff. And I always keep my DOT, I keep all those things in the PDF. So when companies ask, where your med card? Oh, here you go. I got that. Here you go. And I get my logs. I'll download my logs. But you can go ahead.
It's important to quit when you're on home time, but for the people who don't have a terminal in their city, what would you suggest?
See, I ain't never been there.
Oh,
My first company, the terminal is literally 15 minutes away from my house.
mm,
Now Martin, they terminal is 2 hours away from me. So, well,
oh,
okay, so I'm kind of in that situation now. Um, but 2 hours is 2 hours. It ain't like 8 and 9 and 10. So if something ever happened and I needed to take their truck back, I can make that happen. I could just have somebody trail me. I know people in Indianapolis. It's not hard. But for the people that don't, and let's just say if you leaving, well, I'm gonna just say this. I think everybody's case is different. If you have been to I feel like if I had been with a company for a little bit, um, I probably would get them a 2 week notice, especially if I know them. Um, but that's situational. We don't know what's been going on. I don't know. But I probably would strategically use PTO to go home to clean out the truck so I'm not stranded with stuff when I
right.
do say I'm leaving. I would probably play it like that. I would use PTO or take some time off. That's what I would suggest. What about you?
No, that's smart. Go ahead and clean out the truck and then quit. And then you can just get a ride wherever they strand you at, bro. They'll leave
And
you
I wouldn't
wherever.
do nothing crazy. Yeah, like I ain't trying to do nothing crazy to like get pushed further out. Don't trying to send me to California and then they be like, "Oh yeah, just take it to the terminal." And then like, nah, we ain't
Okay. Okay.
let me see. Never worked for Schneider, but Schneider is known for their top tier safety training, and you can gain good experience doing maneuvers and backings.
There you go.
That's what I thought about Rail. Rail was very good at their training. I still would have been at Rail had they like paid something.
Mm-hmm.
I just ruptured my fuel tank here at
Oh,
Ozark.
good.
I don't know how I was gonna.
Ah,
Okay, I don't know. Well, no. How did this happen? How did this happen? You didn't take a sledgehammer to it? Were
right.
you driving it? Did you drive over something or something? Um,
And is this your first time ever getting in trouble with them? Because they were lenient when I got in trouble the first time.
yeah, it would be
But
case
just
by
know if you
case.
got to load to Memphis, you're done.
And they pulled me to Memphis. That's where their headquarters is.
Yes.
Somebody
Always
said Warner
quit before
don't
you
have
get
cameras.
fired. Really?
Schneider does have cameras. What's your thing on
Ah,
cameras? Are you like
I don't care
you?
about the cameras. But let me say this, because I said that earlier. And no, let me say this. I don't care about the cameras as long as y'all not strict and calling me every dang time something happened. You got some companies where the cameras will talk to you. I've never had that, but the cameras will talk to you. They'll be like distracted driving or
Yeah, I've
something
had
about
that.
you not doing a hard break or something. Like, don't be calling me every 2 minutes because
And
something happened.
if you
Oh
yawn
my
too
gosh.
much, it'll say you were drowsy.
Yeah.
Balkmatic had that. I'll say
Really.
this. I think we are a different generation of drivers, just me and you collectively, because we started with cameras. There's a lot of drivers
Mm-hmm.
who have not had cameras. And I can understand you having different habits of how you drive. Like you may not
Mm-hmm.
stop completely at a stop sign. You might kind of like,
Tired.
yeah. So trying to like relearn all that stuff could be hard. But when you start out with a camera, you just kind of know how to drive with a camera. And so that's kind of how I've been. And it sounds like you've had the same experience.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, I've heard that Schneider pays pretty good as long as you're on a dedicated route. For
Mm.
anybody that don't know what a dedicated route is, if you're not a truck driver, dedicated routes or well, sometimes it's different with each company, but mostly dedicated mean like Martin, for instance, they pull for Walmart.
Mm.
The people who are on the Walmart dedicated account, they only do Walmart loads. Now, can they do another load outside of Walmart? Sure, yeah, because you work for them, you can do whatever. But majority of your loads are going to be Walmart. That's what that means. Um, Cole Jackson said, yes, always quit at home. Do not quit in the middle of the road. Some companies will disable your truck. Wow.
Mm.
Cole Jackson said, did CR England hair drug tests? Do they do hair drug tests? And what's your opinion on hair follicle testing?
Oh my gosh, y'all. So ever since I started trucking, I've never had to do a hair follicle. Heck, even before I was a truck driver, never did a hair follicle. People be asking about that, and I'd be like, no. But CR England, yes, they do a hair follicle. They I'm so glad I had the lady I had because she wasn't black, but she knew some things about black people hair. So she was like, we're gonna have to cut. No, the one of the other ladies was like, we're gonna have to cut one of your braids. I'm like, my whole braid, like the whole thing. She was like, yeah. But then the other lady stepped in. She was like, no, you just gotta take your braids down, and we'll just cut it thin. I was like, okay, so I'm gonna cut down. I took my braid out. I'm giving y'all the story because I didn't get to make a video about this, so I gotta tell y'all now. I took the braid out. Then it had a knot. And I was like, dang, I can't get this knot out. She was like, I'll get it out for you. I was like, oh, she's so sweet. And then they cut the hair. And it was peaceful, y'all. It's not a lot of hair. It's not a lot of hair. And if you don't have hair on your head, they'll take some from your armpit or your leg. But Burberry shaved, so they couldn't do that. So it's not a lot of hair, y'all.
Yeah, I had braids. I got locks now, but I had braids when I
Ooh,
went
what
to
would they
Baltimore.
do with your locks?
Oh no, I had it braided that time, and she was like, "Well, we need some." I was like, "You ain't touching my face. You ain't touching my head." We went for the leg. I got hairy legs,
Okay,
so they
there
took
you
like the
go.
back side and did it. So it wasn't that bad. It grew back after a while. I didn't care. But yeah, I think hair follicle goes back 6 months for when it comes to
Um,
testing for marijuana. So just letting y'all know, if y'all trying to be CDL drivers and you apply to these jobs, and you probably need to ask the question at the recruiters, like, what kind of drug testing y'all do? Like, if that's a thing
mhm,
that you need to know, but because every company is different. So I think Rail is hair follicle.
mm,
Martin is just urine, and then Bulkmatic, of course, was hair follicle. Um, yeah, that was my only problem with them was the paycheck. If they paid decent at that time, I still would have been there. They gave me a brand new truck in 3 months, brand new. I was the only person who sneezed in it, farted in it. Like, I'm taking the plastic off. Like,
mm.
truck had 52 miles on it,
Oh, wow.
but they thought that was gonna keep me there. I'm like, nah, these bills don't.
I remember that.
I felt the same way about CRST. I would have stayed here. They had me on a
Mm,
great Caterpillar account. I was going from Illinois to California, up to Montana, down to Waco, Texas. It was a great run. Bree, have you drove to
mm.
California before?
No, y'all. And I'm still OTR. And I ain't got to go to all 48. And why would I want to go to all 48 if y'all telling me horror stories about California this? They got curves and mountains over here. I don't want to go to all 48. I'm
Well,
fine over there in West Virginia. That's as much as I can handle, okay? I ain't going all over there. I'll fly out there. I ain't driving out there.
I've never driven the far as because I was regional all this time. I haven't. I think I've done North Dakotas. I've done the Dakotas. That might be the only. That's not even West Coast, but that's the farthest I've been in a truck on that side. But
Yeah.
I've been all on the other side of the East Coast. I've been on that side. But they started giving my miles to team drivers. Oh wow.
Um,
Somebody said I was getting on the ramp and I heard something sound like it fell off the truck. Then boom, there it was. I was going 10 to 15 when this occurred, and would be my second incident if they see it that way. That
I
could
can
be
see
more
how that's your fault.
mechanical. That could
Yeah.
be more mechanical. I couldn't apply for JB Hunt because they do hair tests. I'm bald, so I had to turn the positive down. Okay. Jasmine
Mm,
said Cali is beautiful. It is.
that's good.
Bree said, "Okay, I don't care."
I'm not going. I'm
Driving down
not
the
going.
coast.
I'm not going. I don't know what mountain it is, but everybody, Slime talked about it. Everybody talking about it. I'm not going down that mountain. No.
All right, let me see. I caught up on the comments. All right, I do travel nursing, so I drive to different assignments, and I'm thinking about becoming a driver. Is the CDL permit testing pretty easy? We got. You know what? Um, no, I think you got your permit. What video is it that you were crying in because you was
Whew.
like you
Well, that was
long
in
time?
school.
It
That was in
was.
school.
Was it
They did
permit
their
though?
own basking test. No,
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
permit, that's just when you take the test on like questions.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you my little story.
That's
When
it.
I took that test, you got to do brakes, air brakes combinations, and the general knowledge. I took them all on the
Mm,
same day. I thought that's how you had to do it, right? I only passed general knowledge, and at that time, I said, "Dang, I made a mistake. Maybe I don't need to be a driver." But what happened was all the stuff started sounding the same. Like to this day, if I went and took that test, I could pass it flying colors because I know those things. You know, the brake
mhm.
change. You know all that stuff. Like, oh yeah, I know what that is. We see it every day. But it's not hard at all. I would say download the CDL Prep app. Do that. I think it lets you put in what state you're in and just go through the test. Keep taking them until you're real good, and the questions are going to be the same when you take the test. So yeah, it's not hard.
Nope.
JHD said, I've been with Werner for about 2 years now, but my whole time I've been dedicated, so I've made good money with them.
Mm,
They are pretty good
that's
company.
good.
That's dope. I-70 through Colorado is a whole new beast. That ain't for the weak. I've heard about that.
I've been to Colorado, but I ain't been on I-70.
We've been on here an hour and 50 minutes, y'all. So we gonna get ready to kind of. I know we had more questions. I don't know what you feel like. That's good.
That's good.
Uh,
My
Okay.
phone about to die. I had to get up and get the charger.
And I do. I think you got. No, you got to work tomorrow night. Oh yeah, you. She got a whole nother day to go. Unlike some people, I got to get up and go in the morning. Yeah. Okay. Thank you all for tuning in. We got 68 people still listening and still online. It's been a dope night, y'all.
Well, we were supposed to ask one thing.
Go ahead.
Is there anything that y'all, because we here for y'all too. So is there anything y'all want to see more of, or do y'all want to see something new? Just let us know. We can make that happen. You know?
Yeah, in regards to the videos, with how Strictly Bree does hers, and you want to, because let me say, I do know sometimes, because I've heard even Slime Pack said in her video, she be like, y'all done seen me disconnect and connect to a trailer millions of times. Even like pre-tripping, I remember somebody was like, well, okay, I'm gonna say this. I'm never gonna do a full pre-trip on video. I'm never gonna do that. Um, I do it for I edit the way I edit it is first of all, if I did a full pre-trip and all of that, that would be a long like all the videos, that'd be very long and kind of just like redundant. But I'll say this, when I edit and I look at my videos, I want it to be something I want to look at. So if I'm constantly like doing the same thing over, it's not going. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I done did that. All the videos look the same. So yeah. You have some heavy hitters, please like. Thanks, Darium. Yeah, after my 6 months with Warner, I wanted to quit, but being dedicated now, my CPM increased tremendously. That's what's up. And yes, you can take 3 parts of CLP exam on separate days. Yes, that's what I forgot to say. Yes, you can take them separate. You can go take once a day, but I end up doing combination and breaks, air breaks together. Well, because I did the general knowledge, I passed that one. I would pass the one that had the more questions. Oh yeah, that's the thing. The general knowledge got what 50 questions, and the brakes and combination vehicles is like 15 piece maybe.
Mm-hmm.
You remember that?
Yep. And then it's not gonna let you finish the whole thing. If you get so many wrong, you're done. They're not gonna let you
Oh
answer
yeah,
the
but
rest.
if you get them all right though, if you get enough right, you ain't gotta. Yeah, yeah. So thank you for calling that out. Serenity said, "I like your intro song, Bree."
Thank you. It's called Pretty Bitches in the Trap by Summerella.
Really? You done
Yes, I'm
made that.
never gonna
I feel
change
like
it.
you made that intro like yours. I'm like, that's her song.
All I did was speed up her song. I just sped it up
Oh,
so I wouldn't get
ah.
copyright.
Uh, Premier says, "Have you have you ever been stopped by DOT?"
Technically not by DOT, but by a sheriff, yeah. By the police officer, yeah. Not
I've been
technically
stopped by
DOT.
DOT.
You
I was
have?
stopped by DOT. Yeah, it's there's a video. I was stopped by DOT when I was with Rail, and I did an inspection level 3. So passed
Which
with
one is
flying
that?
colors.
I don't know the levels.
They just the level 1 is the big one where they about to open your truck
Um,
and do all of that. Level 3 is where they check your stuff. They look at your
okay.
license and they look at your logs as well. So they're gonna want you to send them to them or show them or whatever. It was just that one. It was fine though. I wasn't because I was headed to the terminal. I was nervous because I was still I was in my first rail truck. I wasn't even in the new one. So it had to be like 3 months in. And so the officer was nice. Well, it was funny because I was laughing at the officer because he tried to step up the passenger side. He was already short. And even him stepping up, he was like still short. So I
Oh
was
Lord.
giggling a little bit. And he kind of smirked a little bit too. He knew I was laughing. But he was nice. It was cool. Only took like 5 minutes. JHD Squad 5789 says, "We love you, Bree. When you take breaks, we be feeling depleted."
I'm
Listen
sorry.
here. Listen, that's exactly how I was just like, what's going on? Like, she just said she about to post all these videos and then but now we know. All right, y'all. We about to call it a night. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We may do this. I don't know. We got to see.
Yeah.
I feel like this was a successful night, and maybe we would do
Mm-hmm.
this like maybe like every other month or something. I don't know.
Okay.
You got anything? Any last final words you want to say?
Thank y'all for tuning in, catching all the details, asking questions, and we helped each other out. That's what a community's for. And I'll see y'all when we get back right, man. I still ain't got no videos, but we gonna get
When we
there,
get back,
okay?
right?
Consistency.
I got a question
Consistency.
for you. Now that you're local and you drive at night, how does
Mm.
that look for your content? Are we gonna get?
Dark.
Yeah.
Get dark out there. But no, I'm still gonna keep like my goal is to post at least 3 videos. But I don't know if that's just I think that's too high of a goal right now. I think we need to just get right, get in there. But I'm still gonna try and post as much as possible. It's just not gonna be as long. Like I'm not sorry, y'all. I love y'all, but when you make content, I gotta get out, set the camera up, back the truck up, get out, move the camera back. I ain't finna be getting it out of that truck. I'm already getting out a lot. Okay. Like I was gonna record my first load with y'all, but I was recording da 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 da. I have my camera set up and I had to hook up to the truck. I backed up halfway under the trailer and I looked back and I said, dang, I gotta get out and get the camera and put it outside. I'll just talk to the go-getters tomorrow. I'm not getting out this truck right now. I said I'm not getting out this truck. I'm not.
Ah, let me ask you one more question. Do you record every day, or do you be like, I'm not recording today, I'm just driving?
When I first started trucking, I used to record every day. Every load, y'all used to see me. But I started to get more equipment, post more. That's too much. So then I record like every 2 days in one video. Then I'll do every 3 days in one video. Now I'm only going to be recording on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday. When we get back right, that's the
Okay.
routine. So, because y'all don't need to see every day, everything.
I don't think for me, I don't think I had that much. It's not that much exciting for me to have
Yeah.
it every day. But I do have my days when I just don't want to. I just want to drive because there are some days
Yeah.
I'm just like I just want to get the day over with, and I add a
Mhm.
little extra to it. So that's why I don't record. I record like 2 videos a week. That's it. Who said any? Good night, Serenity. We're all about to say good night. I was just letting the time go up. We were at 1 minute and 58 minutes. I was just gonna
Get
call it
that
as
too.
yeah.
Mm,
Any blooper reels?
I'm not a real girl. I'm not good at the shorts.
Bree.
That's another camera to set up. I don't have time. I'm struggling there.
Bree, we all about that business motivation and self care too. Yeah, why you ain't gonna say yo?
I'm really upset, but the reason why I don't say that no more because Strictly Bree, the channel Strictly Bree was supposed to have all of those 3 channels in one. But then I saw the views wasn't hitting. For the lifestyle vlogs, I started another channel, so it doesn't make sense for me to say it anymore because it's 3 different channels. But I do miss saying it.
You gonna have to
Business
say it one
motivation, self-care to progress. Like,
time. Yeah. Just like somebody hit up Slime and was like, you ain't playing the right music when you back. Remember somebody said that? Uh-oh, I think her phone went out, y'all. She said her phone was dead. Is there and said, are you all members yet? Please hit the join button. Yeah, if you can hit that button, join. Make sure you go over to my page, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you're subscribed to Strictly Breeze. All right, family, we're going to call it a night. Thank you so much for watching. And as I always say, be blessed. Have a blessed week. Oh, there she go.
Hey, sorry, got a call. Can you hear me?
All
I
right, go
can't hear
ahead and
you.
say
I
bye
don't
to
know.
everybody. That's what I was saying.
I can't hear you, but I hope y'all having a good night.
Can you hear me?
I can't hear you at
You
all.
can't hear me? Okay, we were saying bye. Bye.